I'm sure some of you may be waiting for the Sam Sinister Switcheroo Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, and this video isn't it. But I did want to close out 2025 by talking about adventurers one more time, so think of this as a little appetizer for the main course. Now, I'm sure some of you probably look at my YouTube channel and assume that Dino Attack is my favorite LEGO scene. I mean, yeah, I've got the logo as my profile pic, I've got a number of videos about it, and there is that one RPG that never seems to end. But honestly, Adventurers has always been my number one. And here we are in 2025, the 20th anniversary of Dino Attack, and the 25th anniversary of Adventurers Dino Island. So why don't I talk about them both? In my last video, no, not that one, I briefly mentioned Dino Attack's one connection with Adventurers through My LEGO Network, when I speculated that the mutant dinosaurs might have come from the Adventurers expedition to Dino Island. Little did I know that this may have gone deeper than I thought. Much deeper. That's right. Dino Attack is actually an Adventurers scene. Or rather, it was. Alright, that might be oversimplifying things a bit. But there's a lot to unpack here, and the investigation is still ongoing. So, to briefly summarize, earlier this year, sharp-eyed LEGO fans noticed that Bricklink's inventory comparison tool could peek behind the curtain and access the inventories of many cancelled LEGO sets. If you want to try this out for yourself, sorry, they've patched this oversight so it doesn't work anymore. Fortunately, a few of us have saved the receipts. In my case, I saved the batch of set numbers 7425 through 7428, 7430 through 7434, and 7472. What do these 10 sets have in common? From what we can tell, these are cancelled Adventurer sets that would have been released in 2005, featuring the return of Johnny Thunder, Dr. Kilroy, and a sinister man in a top hat. Rather than being called Adventurers, this new theme would have been titled Adventure. The first 5 sets are themed around Egypt, and the latter 5 sets are themed around dinosaurs. It was essentially a modern reboot of the 1998 Desert and 2000 Dino Island subthemes. There's plenty of interesting things in the Egypt sets, but that's a topic for another day. Right now, I'm just going to focus on Dino. Believe it or not, this is not even the first time we've heard of these sets. Back in January 2005, a user on Lowlug posted an image of a LEGO Dealware catalog including September 2005 sets, apparently including Adventurers. This was noticed on Eurobricks, and in February, another user posted a photo of a plane, which is most likely set to 7433. Unfortunately, both of these images are lost media. If anyone has them saved, please let us know. I'd love to see them. A few days later, a list of 5 set names were posted pertaining to the soon-to-be-revealed Dino theme, which would be Dino Attack making its debut at New York Toy Fair. But wait, these numbers 7473 through 7477 belong to Dino Attack, but the names are totally different. And yet, if we arrange the 5 cancelled Dino sets in order, from smallest to biggest, their inventories appear to correspond with these names. When Dino Attack was announced, Eurobricks users already knew that these Adventurers Dino sets were cancelled. Greg Farshty said that Dino Attack was originally a theme about hunting and trapping dinosaurs, but focus groups wanted something much more action-oriented with the heroes battling dinosaurs, leading to the original sets being completely redone as our infamous violent post-apocalyptic Godzilla theme. He never said it was Adventurers, but looking at this evidence, I think it's clear as day. Dino Attack was created to replace a cancelled Adventurer theme. How ironic that Dino 2010 would go back to Dino Attack's roots. Just as a paleontologist must reconstruct a dinosaur from looking at its fossils and wondering how its bones fit together, it's up to us LEGO fans to imagine what these sets may have looked like based upon their pieces. Check out Brian's interpretation of 7425, and Zancera's in-progress reconstruction of 7426, and another interpretation of the minifigures and 7425 by Classic Spaceman. And today, I'm going to do just that with the smallest set, since that's the simplest and easiest one to work with. That's right, for the first time, I'll be building an unreleased LEGO set. This is set 7434 Pterodactyl Attack. These are all the pieces from the Bricklink inventory comparison tool. Obviously, many of them are the wrong color. Some pieces were just never released in dark red, for example. So you'll just have to use your imagination and pretend that these aren't earth blue or flame yellowish orange. So, let's see. How am I gonna put these pieces together? Wait a second. Fishing poles. These rubber dampers. These plastic wings. I know I've seen these before, but where? Ole Kirk Christensen. This pterodactyl is actually the wyvern from set 7016 Viking Boat Against the Wyvern Dragon. Their inventories are such a perfect match that I am certain that this must have been how it was built. Or rather, a mostly perfect match. There are 4 white horns from the wyvern that are not included in this set at all, so this pterodactyl isn't as horny as Vikings. Wait, did anyone proofread the script? That leaves us with a few extra remaining parts. 2 black space skeleton arms, 2 gray claws. I think it's safe to assume that these do not go with the minifigure, so they're part of the pterodactyl, even though they don't match the wyvern's inventory. My best guess is that they beef up the legs and claws of the pterodactyl, like this. I'll also note that all these pieces are also present in sets 7432 and 7433, so they almost certainly used the same exact pterodactyl build shown here. And then there's the minifigure. I'll be applying some artistic license, since we don't know what the torso print, head print, or arms and hands would have looked like. But since the pixie cap makes me think of Lego City Crooks, I'm guessing this is a villain. Not the main bad guy, but one of his henchmen. So, just for laughs, this reconstruction will use parts from 2 of Baron von Baron's lackeys, Slyboots and Mr. Cunningham. Give him the spear and the pick, and voila! Feast your eyes upon this never-before-seen LEGO set, rebuilt for the first time in over 20 years. And here's a color-corrected version in LEGO Digital Designer. So, how did an adventurous pterodactyl become a Viking's wyvern? Notice that prototypes of 7016 did not feature a wyvern at all, but instead a kraken, even when the main boat build matched the final set. At some point prior to the February 2005 Nuremberg Toy Fair, the kraken was replaced with the wyvern. Why? No one knows. But seeing as the 2005 Adventurers sets were cancelled and reworked into Dino Attack by this point, someone at LEGO apparently did not want this build to go to waste. For that matter, the wyvern is very similar to the baby Fafnir dragon in 7019 Viking Fortress Against the Fafnir Dragon, which also did not exist in the set's early prototype. Looking at the inventory of the cancelled 7431 Dino Trap Truck, we can find a similar group of pieces to baby Fafnir, suggesting it was another recycled build from Adventurers. I believe that it looked something like this, perhaps originally being a Velociraptor. Compared to the specialized pieces introduced in Dino Attack, these dino sets made use of Technic pieces, Bionicle heads, Knight's Kingdom limbs, and dinosaurs' tails. This style is overall similar to the other monsters in Vikings, especially the Ofnir, although they don't seem to be directly recycled like the Wyvern or baby Fafnir. And you know what else? Because of that, they look rather distinctly robotic. So I can't help but wonder, is this what Mark Stafford was talking about when he said that the dinosaurs in Dino Attack were robots? Is this backstory some lost, forgotten remnant of the original Technic appearances? And just as adventurers became Dino Attack, these robots became mutants? I have no way of knowing for sure, but at minimum, it is a possibility. Discovering that a Lost Adventurers theme was a missing link between Dino Attack and Vikings is bittersweet. I wouldn't give up Dino Attack RPG for anything in the world. And yet, knowing that it came at the cost of my all-time favorite LEGO theme... Well, at least it may have taken nearly 20 years, but Johnny Thunder finally got his new adventure through LEGO City. I do have this one surviving remnant, a printed tile from set 7433 Dino Air Transport. I'll admit it feels like a lost relic from a forgotten time, rediscovered once more by Johnny Thunder. A piece of Dino Attack and Adventurers history. I don't go out of my way to get prototype pieces and unreleased parts in my collection, but for this, I think it was worth making an exception. This is Vase on Wireless, celebrating 20 years of Dino Attack and 25 years of Adventurers Dino Island. I wish you all a happy new year, and I will see you all again in 2026.